Hello guys, it's Bassett here, and today I want to show you a great game between two amazing players. Here we have an Orange Zerg who is GGMachine. He is a player from Russia and he's only 15 years old if I remember correctly. That's a very young age, and I was really surprised to see another player that young coming into the scene and still playing StarCraft 2. That's really refreshing to see, and I'm really hopeful that we'll see more players of that age coming to StarCraft 2, because, you know, for the past couple of years we only had like some old players, the same faces every now and then, and that's really reassuring that the young blood is still coming to this game and people are not playing on League of Legends or Fortnite or anything like that. So that's really cool. The GGMachine has been progressing steadily in the past couple of months. He even qualified for RSL, and you can watch some of his games there. I won't spoil the results, obviously, and he's playing against another player who is also kinda new to the scene, that is Art. Art is a Protoss player. He's been playing for a couple of years for sure, and I've known him since 2020. And he is a decent guy. I would say he's like slightly less skillful than the GGMachine, at least at the moment. He still needs some of experience, and he is still like trying to rank up to have that decent Protoss level. And I would say in current meta, Protoss players, they usually feel kinda alright. You have plenty of tools to play macro, you have plenty of tools to do some kind of crazy cheeses and all-ins, and Art is totally not averse to doing that, which is also pretty cool. GGMachine, on the other hand, is the guy who is known for his macro, as most Zerg nowadays, to be honest, because, you know, Zerg players, they don't really have that many options to play aggressively. You can go for quick mutas from free bases, you can sometimes go for +1 melee, that's also a very good option, and you also have like a small number of roach pushes with 45 drones, with some queen drops, the German taxi invented by Lambo, and maybe like a couple of other things, but they are not really that reliable, and that's why all Zerg players, they just commit to playing a normal macro game, at least until like minute 7 or minute 8. That's just more reliable in the current meta, because almost every Protoss player opens with a Stargate nowadays, and you'll have an Oracle that is just flying constantly, just spamming revelations, and Protoss players basically seeing anything that is happening on your side of the map, and it's kind of difficult to hide something from your opponent. And that's why you can see GGMachine is playing kind of greedy as well. He's like only making 4 links and just drones after that. And of course, some queens just to defend from the oracles or phoenixes or something like that. Art, on the other hand, is doing pretty normal, I would say. He's not really doing anything crazy so far. There is like a late gas timing, and he is not adding like any tech buildings, and there is like still no third base, but he's obviously going to be taking that, because it's also very difficult to imagine a Protoss player not taking the third base around that time, because, you know, it's been a long time since Legacy of the Void came out, but back before in How to Do Swarm and Mix of Liberty, it was pretty common to face Protoss players who would only do all-ins in every single PvZ game. You could just open with like a full wall, not like a full wall, you still had like a hole in there with like a Zealot or Stalker or Sentry, and you would just go for Immortal pushes or maybe some Blink Stalker pushes, and that was kind of fun to play against and to play with. Nowadays it's no longer the case, and nowadays if you want to hide something, if you want to go for like a crazy attack, then you should be doing that with the third base. You should be hiding your cheese behind this macro opener. And for Zerg it's kind of difficult to scout, but again, Art is not building in phoenixes, and he's actually going for a small push already at that time, which is kind of scary. Not for Zerg, by the way, but for Art himself, because he can easily get surrounded by like 20 Zerglings around that timing, because Zerg can have that, and you can see Machine has 12. That is not enough, of course, but there was like a non-zero chance that that could have been the case. 2 drones get killed, that's not really crazy, and Machine is going for the Roach Warren, the Lair, and all the standard things that you're supposed to do as a Zerg player. He also has a decent number of queens, basically 2 for each base, except for the third base. 5 queens is the standard number. That's a really good one, because you don't really overspend, and you also can protect 2 out of 3 bases, so you just need to detect where the oracles are, and it becomes like really, really easy. So yeah, Machine is doing a great job. He's already at 55 workers, but Art is doing also like something interesting here, because he's making sentries, and sentry is a unit that normally you're not really making at that stage of the game. You don't really need them, but of course Art, just by looking at that robo, he's boosting the robo and he's going for the immortal push. This base is a decoy. He's not planning to saturate it any further. Maybe he'll like pull some extra probes and he's mining some gas here, but he's spending his energy on sentries. He wants to make like lots of force fields, and now he's even making a fake gas. You saw there was a link, and now he's canceling that because he knows that he's going for this big push and he will never need that extra gas. Machine, I think Machine has very little knowledge on that. I think he's like expecting something wrong, but it was a bit strange that there was no gas at that timing, and the army was also kind of suspicious. But here it comes. Art is already here, and Machine has almost nothing to defend. Well, of course there are like some roaches, but that's not enough. It's not going to be enough. He's going for a 1-drop with 8 links here, and there are the first force fields, but they are not really landing properly, and Machine is just retreating from there because there's just no way he can have a fight without the roach speed and without the ravagers as well. He might be able to have like a nice concave here, but it's still like so risky. He's also going to be losing the roach warren very soon. You can still like use links as reinforcements, that's okay, but the key thing here is Machine is biting lots of time. He's like waiting, he's baiting all those force fields. He's like doing a really good job with that. Gonna be maybe more force fields going on that ramp, and Machine is still trying to hold the base. He's pulling every single drone he has at that location. That's gonna be like 30 because he transferred them for the third base. Is it gonna be enough though, because there are so many roaches and ravagers, and the immortals are still fighting. The oracles are done though, and there were like some good shots, the war prism, but Machine, I think he's not gonna be able to hold it still. Art is doing a great job with that all-in attack. 23 workers left. There is no economy at that base, but Art is going for the kill here. I think he's gonna be able to finish that game. There's like only like 2 ravagers here. That's not enough, obviously. The links are doing a great job though. I gotta tell you that. They're killing lots of props as well. The problem for Zerg though is that even if he survives that, that's just not enough economy at the moment. But Machine is still trying to get something done, but 20 supply difference. He's making some ravagers, he's making some extra links. Where are they going, by the way? Yeah, they're just he's just like stockpiling them at that third base, doing some damage still here at the moment. But again, Art has plenty of workers left, and it doesn't really look like Machine is going to be able to accomplish anything with that attack, because the thing is, Art still has the base, and that is the most important part here. I think he can still survive. This was like a really, really brilliant game by Art, I gotta tell you, because this was a very neat attack. He really faked that perfectly, and Machine, I think he just didn't have enough intel on what Art was doing, and now he's trying to find some remaining forces, but that's not gonna be enough, and that's gonna be game here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little replay from me. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.